What's going on, Cancerians? How are you, my darlings? All right, honey, this is going to be your quick and dirty reading. Yes, it is. God has blessed you. Thank you, Heavenly Father. If you want to book a personal with me, Cancer, honey, you should. Information on it is below, beneath this video, okay? So, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever you got Cancer in your chart, but specifically, if you are Cancer Suns, this one's going to be for you. All right, the quick and dirty. What we got for Cancer? We got the Eight of Swords. All right, so especially in your mind, might have had you feeling like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I can't move forward, I can't move backward, I can't go left, I can't go right. And you know, Cancers, we're all about sideways movement. So you got the Knight of Swords here. Okay, all right. And then you got Justice here, which is the major arcana of Libra. So you could be dealing with a Libra. You could be dealing with any air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. You have the Two of Cups here as your overall. So this might be kind of a love thing for you, something that you know, some kind of partnership or something that is meant to bring healing to your life. And it could, but I think there's some mental cloudiness going on here. So with the Eight of Swords, yeah, just something where you felt kind of stuck, Cancer. Something where you're just probably thinking very negatively about the situation, which really isn't you. You know, you're a water sign, so you are all about the heart. I mean, so here's the deal with Cancers. Unlike Pisces, who's all emotions because they're fishes, they live in the water. Scorpion, which is a scorpion, and they live on land, so they are water signs, but they're very mental. Well, Cancer is the crab. Cancer lives in the water and on land. So you have a really good balance of knowing when your emotions are, you know, to follow and when your mind is to follow. Here's what I think. I think you haven't been listening to your emotions in your heart lately. I think there's been too much going on in your mind. Maybe you're trying to be too logical and cerebral about things, and you've kind of tuned out your heart and your emotions. And, you know, it gets hard sometimes, but knowing when to listen to your mind and when to listen to your heart. But I feel like in this, whatever this circumstance is, you've listened way too much to your mind, and that's why there's this possible confusion, possible negativity. Because yeah, the Eight of Swords is like, hell, I'm stuck, but she's really not. If she were just to move just a little bit, she could hit one of those swords and break herself free and see again, not be blinded by the blindfold over her eyes, or, you know, feeling immobile because she's trapped with the tyings that are keeping her bound up. So it's like, don't be afraid. And I feel like maybe you've kind of been afraid to do this or to that, and maybe because, you know, perhaps in the past you moved and it was wrong, or just fear of not knowing. Now the Knight of Swords is here, and the Knight is like, listen, there could be some travel. The Knight is always going backward. I don't really love the Knight of Swords, honestly, because he's Mr. Petty. You know, he's somebody who just won't let bygones be bygones. He always got to go back and finish it up. You know, and I sometimes think, you know, especially for you, Cancer, because you're emotional, you're more so willing to let it go. Like, what the hell ever. It was yesterday. Why am I still thinking about it today? Well, the Knight of Swords would have you thinking about it today. The Knight of Swords would have you thinking about it 3 months from now. And it's like, no, please just let it go, because that's not you. That's not you in your element. So something that, you know, you might be kind of battling, especially in the mind, where you're just like, no, I want to finish it. I want to have the last word. No, you don't. You don't need to let that happen. But I feel like for whatever reason, this is something, it could be a communication. It could be some kind of mentality where you just aren't trying to let it go. Here's what I love for you, though. You got Justice coming up, and Justice is saying, no, let me help you out, Cancer. You don't need to be thinking like that. You don't need to chase that. Those things are in your past. Let it go. Justice will show you the good and the bad. Justice will show you the beautiful and the ugly. And then justice will, and I like that justice is showing up for you, because it's not only showing up in your favor, but it's showing up to remind you of balance. Like, okay, you know, certain things might have happened to you in the past and you feel how you feel, but why is that having any bearing on what you're doing now? You know, justice would remind you that you're kind of wasting time living in the past, trying to have the last word, trying to go back and finish something that don't even need to be finished. Like, just let it go. Okay? So whatever this is for you, it's some kind of, you know, maybe even a hard truth you're going to have to look at and say, you know, oh, you got 2 angel answers, where you got to look at it and say, you know what, is this really worth my time, my thoughts, my effort? No, it's not. You got be assertive here for the angels. Like, take off the mask and just be really you. Sometimes I think Cancers get afraid to show their emotions because people are like, oh, you're so emotional, you're the crybaby. That is your strength. That is your superpower, your emotions, your spiritual intellect. Do not ever neglect it. And I kind of feel like you might be neglecting it here. So you got success with an exclamation point. See, you ain't got nothing to worry about, baby. Like, the angels, God is for you. Get out of your mind and get into your heart within the next few months. So this is something that you're already there. You're already dealing with. And within the next few months, you're going to reach that peak, right? You're going to reach the success. But I think a lot of it is going to have to do with you really kind of switching it from your mind to your heart and following your heart and trusting your intuitions and your spirit and letting that guide you instead of your mind. And quick note, I kind of feel like maybe you've kind of been, maybe some people have been kind of in your ear telling you, don't be so emotional. Don't listen so much to your spirit. Fuck that and fuck them. That is your gift. You listen to your heart and your spirit, and that's what's going to guide you. Okay? Hope it blessed you, honey. Like, subscribe, share. Talk to you soon.